Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's Kareem Black. A lot of people call me Johnny Pistachio, but I'm your friendly neighborhood professional photographer, and today we got a good one. For a change, we've got a good one. An impression one, because today is May, I think, 11th, and it is... For those who are paying attention, it's a couple days after my birthday. Still accepting donations, if you know what I'm saying. Venmo me. But it's also the NBA semifinals, Western Conference, and today we're shooting. Hold on, checks notes. Stephen Curry. I don't know. He's a basketball player. I'm not a huge basketball fan, but my goal is to show you guys sort of how I went from this, Stephen Curry, everybody, to this. And it's also to show you guys that as photographers, as image makers, we're storytellers. And there's not always going to be people around us to listen to, us describe our photos to them, right? So we have to tell our stories through our photos. And a lot of that has to do with environment, right? So the difference between this photograph that we're starting out with, which is a raw photograph on the left, and this photograph on the right, is just this environment that we're putting him into, which I think suits him and his team, and just sort of how I felt that day. It's me telling the story as a photographer, portraying what I want people to see when I show them this photo. So we do have our work cut out for us. I think it's going to be good. I have an awesome war story to tell you guys because it was an insane shoot. But, hey, let's get to work, right? Hey, what's up? So here we go. With Stefan Cure. He's a young rookie. Maybe one day he'll be something. I don't know. But, obviously, for the keen-eyed amongst you, this is Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors, and I shot him last year on Media Day out in San Francisco, which is this is the beginning of the weird story. So Media Day is sort of what it sounds like. It's when they bring all the players out to be photographed by a bunch of different outlets, and we're all on the floor of the Chase Center. I was hired by the Warriors, so I sort of got premium spacing and seating, and I brought a bunch of equipment in. There were other photographers there, there were some from the local paper, there were some from magazines, but as the Warriors photographer, they treated me really super well. And actually, when I was shooting Steph and everybody else, there were a bunch of photographers behind me, because Steph's on my set. I get the most time with the guy. So what are we going to do with this image? This is obviously Steph on my set. I think you can see my assistant in the background there. Oh my God, you can. There's my fourth assistant. She was very cool. We put her on lighting control because on this one set we did two different lighting, so we had two different sets of lights on one set. It makes things a lot faster. Anyway, so what are we going to do with this image to get it from here to there? What we were saying before. So first of all, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I do have some... I did some stuff to the photo before we started. I cleaned up the ground a little bit. What I'm showing you now, this black and white treatment, is the original black and white treatment that I was doing for this set of photos. My direction was we did two sets of photos. This is why we have two different sort of sets of lights going on. You see my assistant controlling back here. You see how one is not firing and one is, right? So I'll show you guys the other set one day, or maybe by the end of this. So this set was for the playoffs, right? So like they had to be like super intense or whatever. And then the other set, which was shot on white, we lit this gray background, we made it white, believe it or not. And that was for regular season. So regular season was a bit more jocular, whatever, like some handles, some like, you know, moving, but this is deadly serious. This is playoff stuff, right? Y'all have all seen it. Let me, I'm just gonna get a little greedy here. Please don't kill me. I just noticed something. I'm not gonna have our boy out there with like a little bag under his eye. I'm just gonna get rid of that. It's okay. It's very minor, but it was bothering me. I feel like these details sort of matter. There we are. Just gonna kind of clean this up just a little. I'm sorry. And my agent told me to never take off someone's, like, you know, freckle, like moles, you know? So, I'm sorry, Seth. Okay, fine. This is the last one. That's the last one. Okay, I'm sorry. So, I want to show you where this started. Or, this is where it started. This is the blank photo. This is raw. This is naked. This is how it came into camera. What I presented to client for the playoff photos was something like this. I thought that black and white was so sort of, I mean, it's ageless, isn't it? But it's also like the drama of it, right? That was a year ago, and now like today I'm watching the series. I'm getting like reinvested. I'm not a real basketball fan. I don't watch the entire season. I watch the playoffs. So I'm watching the series with the Lakers, and I'm torn feelings. I'm like, all right, like let me fool around with this image again. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to hold on. There we are. I'm gonna go to my channels. And how I got to the finished product was I started to make it a duo to... Oh, do you hear that? It's like Christmas music. If you go to your channels and you select sort of the red, the green, the blue, you can select the one that... Or what we're going to try to do is select the one that represents the brightest... Let's see. The bright colors of our selection. So that's blue. That's green. And that's red. Okay, so the red represents the brightest of our selection, right? This little icon down here is to make a selection. There we are. And then, how do I make a layer? Hold on. So we've got our red channel selected. Now that I'm thinking about it, actually, let's see. I want to make this selection into a layer, but we're going to make it into a solid color. Right, so basically what we've done is we have selected the channel that's giving us basically the highlights, and we're going to make this into a solid color. Let's say the Warriors are blue and yellow. Let's make this into, you know what? Let's make this into yellow. Let's make this into yellow. Let's make it into a really bright yellow. Yeah. All right. Cool. Then we will go underneath it, and so now that we've got that done, we got sort of our gold. The great thing about this is we can change this anytime. We can sort of make this a little bit more yellow. Let's do that. We're gonna go underneath it, go to another solid color layer, and we're gonna do sort of the shadow, right? So we're gonna try and do like yellow and blue. Now we can fool around with this just a little, and what I want to do is I want to bring these two color layers under my skin layer, right? So we can start to see them. If we reduce the opacity of the skin layer, we can start to see what's going on here. There you go, Steph. There you go. I want them to look sort of like a golden statue. But hold on. Wait a second. To get back to the story from before. So it's the Warriors Media Day, and it must be me shooting for Golden State and shooting for the Chase Center, and it's also local press and national press, international press. There are probably like 12 studios on the floor of Chase Center. Like, that's where I'm shooting, you know? And it's not like the flat, like the hardwood. It's like, you know, concrete. They got concrete under there. And, I mean, it's just surreal, you know, because you feel like you're at the Coliseum, right? And you know, they're cycling these players to us, and obviously you get the rookies first, and then Steph came, you know, close to last, and it was like an exciting moment for everybody. But it was definitely one of those, you know, in life, you have to realize when the special things are happening. You know what I mean? And I think that when that was happening, and when I was in San Francisco shooting the Warriors, I was like, wow, like, this is something that, you know, I'm lucky. A lot of people don't get to do this. So, okay. So I am sort of fooling around with, let me put my old layers, the original black and white layers. I'm going to put them all in folder so I can turn them on and off when I want to. There we are. Old, new, right? But I do like some of the things from the original layers. Like, I do like these curves. I really do like that. Look at that. With Steph right now, he looks like a golden god, right? Do that. Let me see. Brightness contrast is nice. So I had the right idea, except for the black and white. What I do want to do with this selective color. Ooh, that's interesting. You know what? I'm going to save that until later. Do a little bit on the curve here. But we see that we're sort of starting to put him in an environment. I feel like, I don't even think it's like a team color thing, but I feel like San Francisco to me is a little bit, there we are. I mean, I kind of want him to look like metal. Now, you know me. I love these little, there's something about me and sunsets, right? And I love sort of that they're randomized in a way where if you do what I'm about to do, you'll see ooh, that might be a nice one. You'll see the value. So let's get nuts. I haven't tried this one. Let's get nuts. I'm going to bring this sunset into the photo. I'm going to put it on top of everything. Yeah. Look at that little baby sunset. So you're like, Kareem, how the hell is this going to be relevant to what we're doing? Well, you see that my full image is this size naturally, and the sunset's this size. So what happens if we end up stretching it out? Look at that. How beautiful that looks, right? Can you see? Actually, hold on. Photoshop's so good now that it automatically sort of started to reassemble the image for me, so it doesn't look so pixelated. I actually liked it very pixelated, but it's okay. All I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna use it for its color, shape, and gradation, right? So on this, I'm gonna go to my blur. I'm gonna go to my Gaussian blur. I'm just gonna bring it I bring it to maybe, there we are. There we are. 271, maybe. 294. Okay, all right. Everybody calm down. So we're going to do that. We're going to bring this down just right over our texture layer. And what we're going to do is we're going to blend this. And I feel like a soft light will be, here we are. A nice soft light blend. And now we're getting toward where we're trying to be, right? Now look. So we've got the soft light blend on our boy Steph, but now it just looks like, it's like, hey Kareem, why can't we just do a filter? And I suppose you can, but I think that what is going to save us from the machine's dominion is the fact that we are individuals, we're humans. We do this, right? So it's sort of like, look, I used a stock photo, but I used it for its random nature, and then I'm going to randomize it some more. Like, for instance, what is not sort of convincing about this? I feel like since my lights are head level, I think it's sort of like this, right? Like the yellow of the light would be up here, right? I like how his face is sort of like fading. I'm just gonna move it right there. Hold on, let's see. So this is me. Sort of, oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. We're doing an experiment now with just stretching the hell out of this sunset image that is blending into him. I like that a lot. Now we're starting to build our environment. I sort of want to cut this a little bit. I want to cut the... Ooh, hold on. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to cut through this layer just a bit, this sunset layer. So, oops. Just to make another copy of it. Because you never know. You never know. You never know if you want to go back. And what I want to do is... I feel like, you know what? I'll do it the old-fashioned way. I get my eraser. I'm at like 20. I'm at 10% opacity. And I'm just gonna... Again, the human hand is what can confuse the human mind. When we're dealing with computers, that can't confuse the human mind. So I'm just gonna cut through this. Just gonna cut through this layer just a bit. That's okay. That's okay. You know what the funny thing is? I could have done this on adjustment layer, but here we are. Here we are. Here we are. And whatever moves we make, we do them like a ninja, as like as softly as possible. You know what I mean? Let's see where we are. I even like that little bit here that we cut through on the background. Let's see. There we are. I don't mind that. I think that I'm going to end up... I'm going to end up taking this down just a bit. Just a bit. Here we are. We want to make this in some way confusing, not necessarily convincing, but captivating. It's going to be on my next album. By the way, I don't know if you guys can hear this music. It's like a Neptune's ripoff. Now I like that. I always say that the photograph is going to tell us exactly what we should do. What do we see over there? We see a light source, right? And it's bleeding onto our boy. I put a 478 feather on it, and I say, you know what? Cool. Lead me to where this is gonna go. I say color balance. I say, you know what? Give me a little bit more of that gold. This is Golden State Warriors, right? There we go. There we are. I like how Steph's looking there. I think he looks. I think this is strong photo for him. Let me tighten this up a little bit. Let me duplicate my texture layer. Oof. Not so much. You know, the interesting thing about shooting athletes, and I think that I mentioned this on my previous video about Anthony Davis from the Lakers, who at that point were beating up on my Warriors. I think the interesting thing about shooting athletes is they really are like, I mean, most of them that I've shot, they're all kids, man. They're all children. Steph is somebody I would not put into that category. I'm going to crop this a little bit because I think that we have too much floor here. But Steph is like, it was funny. Like when he came to me, I explained what we're doing. I'm like, hey, do you have any questions? Like, like we're doing these two setups, playoffs and regular season. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm good. And he's like, yeah, I've done this before. And to me, hold on, let me go into history because I really think I just fucked something up. Okay, cool. There we are. I put auto color on it. As a rule of thumb, never, ever use auto color. As a rule of thumb, in an emergency, use auto color. But Steph was like, you know, I've done this before. And to his credit, like every sort of instruction that I gave was an instruction to a professional who was like, hey, we're here for the same, you know, all of a sudden I was on the team. I was on the Warriors, man. And anyway, I felt like we were on the same team. So that's cool with that little light. You see that little kick that it gives us? I think that this is an important and instructional point for everybody. Like, if your photo, if your subject is in an environment, but we're coloring this environment, yeah? Oh, what's going on? Hold on. There we are. But we're coloring this environment. You can see how that adds to the realism, can't you? If there's a light over there, there's gonna be a highlight on the side of his face. In the spirit of the Warriors, and the spirit of me being a greedy bastard, is, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I originally have a blue light on him, on his, hold on. Okay, hi Steph. Hello, Steph Curry. Come on, let me get this to stop lagging. But there is a blue highlight on his side because I was trying to do yellow and blue. It's the Warriors colors. So I want to do a little bit of just a little bit of a blue. Now look, I know that when I do this, I'm going to be fooling around with the opacity at the end. I already know that because this is excessive, right? But as artists, we can... Oh, hey, girl. Wait a second. Hold on. My cat. She's on my desk. Hey, hold on. Come on, girl. I just need to introduce you to the audience because I've never done it like a million times. This is Evie. She's up here on the desk. I don't know if you can see her. Okay. That's enough, girl. Ow. 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 Jesus Christ. Anyway, so... I've got these selections, and I'm just gonna do a color balance. I'm gonna make it just a little. This is why we're artists, but we have something in common with doctors, where it's like sometimes you don't need a club, you just need a scalpel, right? Now that looks good. That looks really good to me. I'm gonna go back to this light here. I feel like I want it even brighter. Did I go into the highlights here? Ooh, I like that. There's something about me, I like glare. Sometimes I'll be on a shoot and I will shoot towards the sun or shoot towards my lights because I love the glare. You know, I love that sort of like that imperfection, all those artifacts, you know. I'm gonna make a little layer mask of... Oh God. Remember when I said about scalpel and not a club? Let's do that. I don't mind that. That feels right to me. That feels right. Now, I think that the last thing that I see that is distracting me just a little bit is the floor. It's the same thing that I sort of do with vignetting sometimes, where you're attracting the viewer's eyes towards the subject, but you're also, when you vignette or when you sort of, you know, make the foreground darker or whatever, it gives a sense of space, right? So it's for instance, I'm just gonna make this darker just a little bit, and I think that'll push our boy Steph just as far as existing in this space. There we are. Now, I know what a lot of you are saying. You're saying, hey, Kareem, we can see your whole studio setup in the back. I'm into that. I'm into that because my final goal with this is an Instagram post, to be honest. But I like the duality of Steph as a superhero, but Steph as a human who's here on my set also. Like, it's something about looking behind the curtain, right? There's a photo shoot, but I think that this has I think that this has a chance of being, I don't want to jinx it, but I love this. I love how he's looking at me. I think it has a chance of being some sort of a iconic kind of a photo or something. So let me know what you think. I think I'm going to leave it here. You know what's funny? I want to... Ooh. You know what? Okay, sorry. I knew it was going to... I swear to God, this is the last thing I'll do. I swear to God. Because I just looked at my original image, or the image that I was fooling around with before, which is this. And I do love sort of this hazy vibe that's happening up here. And I think that I just want to do a little bit of that. Just a little bit. Not as much as in this first image. But I think that it does all of the above. Everything that we talked about before. I think that it provides place and setting. I love these lights in the background. I love how orange this one and not as yellow as this one. I think I might change that a little bit. Don't tell anybody. But I think I'll do a nice big feather. And just sort of select something nice and huge and messy. This is bothering me. Hold on. View. Clear guides. Okay. So I'm going to make a nice huge selection. And do our large selective color, and we're going to go into... I have a feeling that I want to go into the... Are there blues here? Let's see what happens if I take out some blues. I'll go in the cyans. Can I take out some cyan? Ooh, we're almost there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Can I go into the neutrals and add a little bit of cyan? Ooh, oh God. Oh God. Kareem, you've gone too far now. Just stop it. This process here, I live and die for this process. This is like, it reminds me of when I was a kid and I'm kind of just, you're painting. I'm a painter at heart. I also learned in the darkroom that yellow is the opposite of blue. So if you do want to get a little bit of blue in a sneaky way, then do that yellow. So, okay. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do all the way. I'm going to go all the way here, right? Now, the reason I'm going to go all the way with this selective color stuff is because I know that I can kind of just stretch this out, move it around a little bit. I can play with my opacity. There we go. There we are. There we are. I also think that because I'm a greedy bastard, I really need to... This needs to be more orange. There. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, 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 yes. But not so much. Be easy, be easy. Be easy. There we are. Okay. That's where I want to end up. And that is our shot of Stefan. He's number 30. If anybody knows who this is, could you please leave it in the comments? Stefan Cure. Yeah. Leave it in the comments. I think that we did pretty good here. What do you guys think? Let me know. Hey guys, what's up? I think that we ended up in a good place there with Check's notes. Stefan Cure. If anybody knows who this guy is, leave some notes in the comments. He was really cool. Leave some notes in the comments. But I think that what I'm trying to do today was just sort of illustrate how a sense of place, as told by color and tonality, really helps our photos out. I think it helps transport us. I think it helps the photographer, the artist, tell his or her story. And god damn it, it's just fun to work on. Especially while I'm hoping that my Warriors, they gotta win 2 more games to win the championship. God, the nerves. I think next game's in LA. I think it's game 6, and it's tomorrow, Friday. Anyway, whatever. Let me know what you think in the comments. That would be really, really cool for me. Please. Oh, I got it right this time. Over there. Like and subscribe, please. I'm trying to build a community here, a community about photography, a community about talking about art, a community about therapy. Let me know what you guys think. This is Photoshop. There are a million different ways to do things. I would really like to know how you guys would have handled this. Would you have taken out the light in the background? Would you not have? Let me know. I'm here. It's all about trading ideas. Until next time. This Kareem Black. They call me Johnny Pistachio. They don't call me Johnny Pistachio. It's your friendly neighborhood professional photographer. Signing off.